Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name's Justin and this is our Overland adventure. In today's episode we are heading up to the Olympic Peninsula in the Pacific Northwest, the northern westernmost point of the US really, other than Alaska. And before we get there, we are going to make a little pit stop at Lolo Overland to trade out some gear. We are saying goodbye to the Go FSR Overlander. We are here at Lolo Overland, dropping this bad boy off, and they're going to sell it for us. And we are picking up the new hotness. Oh yeah, super excited. All right, just got her all hooked up. Philip and Rob took care of us, got her all cleaned up and ready to go. Got the Dometic 55 in there, and we're gonna head up the mountain and go give her a test run. We gotta go buy some food first though. So yeah, we'll go shopping, grab some food, get the fridge loaded up, and head up the mountain, and I'll take you guys along. We are here in the Olympic National Forest in the Pacific Northwest, some of the northwesternmost points in the continental United States. It's Labor Day weekend, and we headed up yesterday. Didn't get any footage yesterday. It was a long day of driving. We ended up not actually making it here to where we wanted to camp. Made it a little short. Found a place to pull off that was legal to pull off and camp, and we just camped for the night. And then just pulled in this morning and found this pretty epic spot along the Hoh River. Just got everything set up, getting ready to relax. Looks like it's gonna maybe rain this afternoon, but no complaints. That's what this part of the country is known for. But yeah, we're just gonna relax on the side of the Hoh River here and just enjoy being in nature. It's absolutely beautiful. Tomorrow we're gonna spend some time heading up to Forks. Wife's a bit of a book nerd and loves the series by Stephanie Meyer, Twilight. And we're gonna go take some of the touristy pictures and kind of enjoy the city of Forks, and then head back up the mountain and find another place to camp for the night. Hey Jess, I got a great idea. What? Let's go to the rainiest part of the country and camp in the cold.
I warned you. You could have gone to Glacier.
Hey everybody, we are in Forks, Washington. We just stopped at this little roadside park here to grab some lunch. Got an awesome little tank here on display. Nice little spot just to pull off and eat. Notice they've got some disc golf baskets and bathrooms. There's everybody eating their lunch. But yeah, nice little park. Everybody, it's Justin here with our Overland adventure. I wanted to take a minute to thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. If you haven't heard yet, we do have a contest going on right now. As we're approaching 500 subscribers, we're going to be having a contest. All you have to do is be subscribed, like one of our videos, and get a comment on one of our videos. In your comment, all you have to do is comment about my Jeep and make sure that you include my Jeep's name. When we hit 500 subscribers, we'll go through all the comments, find the best comment, and you'll be winning a free t-shirt. For right now, I've got a very limited supply, and the only way to get them is to win this competition. So be sure to subscribe, like, comment below, let your friends know, and thanks for watching. We decided to take the mountain passes to go exploring a little bit and then try to find another nice, serene campground on the other side of the mountain passes so that the next day we could go explore Port Angeles. Now, this was intended to be Forest Service roads, and it was a Forest Service road, and we did film a good portion of it. We'll kind of show you some fast forwarding clips here, some time lapse here of us driving through these Forest Service roads, and it only should have taken about an hour or two, which was no big deal. We're killing time, we're exploring. The Forest Service road started out just like any other Forest Service road. It was fairly wide open, hard pack road. But as we drove, it got a little narrower, a little narrower, a little narrower, fewer turnaround points, fewer shoulders, until it got to the point where there were no shoulders and there were no turnaround points. Again, this was a Forest Service road, so we continued. As we're going through this, it gets a little more narrow, it starts getting tight. And there are also boulders that had broken off from the cliffs above in the road. So we're zigging and zagging and having to maneuver the trailer. It was fairly difficult, doable, but I had to have my wife get out and help spot so that we could not damage the trailer. And again, there was nowhere to turn around. And at this point, we couldn't back up. Like, we would have been backing up for miles around obstacles with very poor visibility because of the brush. We had to keep pushing forward. And, we felt like we were near the summit and that it was going to be getting better on the other side. So, again, we kept pushing. Well, it got worse before it got better. And unfortunately, driving through the brush knocked down the GoPro a few times. We fixed it a few times. If you've made it this far into the video, I want to thank you. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. Like, comment, share with your friends. Let me know what you do like. Let me know what you don't like. Again, super appreciative. We appreciate you guys sticking around. After about an hour on the road, we run into a mountain biker. They're biking down the mountain. They were fine. They didn't need anything. It was extremely remote. But they were all good. So gave them a thumbs up, gave us a thumbs up. We kept on going. And I have no idea where this mountain biker came from because there were no turnoffs, there were no pull arounds. But a few miles up past where we met them, we run into overgrowth on the road. Like this was still the road. It was still a path. It was still full width, narrow, but full width. But the overgrowth was as tall as the Jeep. And so we're driving down this path, basically breaking trail. And it just got super narrow. But ultimately, the GoPro got turned off. We didn't realize it. And we ended up not filming the most terrifying portion of this trip. As we crest the peak along the path, it comes to an opening. We exit the brush. The road opens up a little bit and we can see, but the road is gone. A rock slide had happened and completely covered the pass. Still super narrow. This is actually the tightest it had been. I actually was only barely able to open my door on the driver's side because the cliff face was so close. I almost stepped on a snake, actually, because I didn't see it getting out. And the passenger side, my wife could not get out. She couldn't open her door because it was so close to the edge. We really didn't know what to do. We thought about maybe trying to turn around the Boreas trailer, disconnect it and turning it around and seeing if maybe we could figure out how to, turn the Jeep around and get around it at some point. But it really just wasn't an option. We really only had two options. One, use our Garmin satellite communicator and call for help, or attempt the pass. And so I decided to do a little bit of exploration. I walked along the rubble, testing it out, seeing if it was going to shift at all, how stable it was, and how far it went. Because it did go around a corner. We couldn't see around the corner without going on it. So I decided to cross. I crossed on foot and went for a couple hundred yards around the corner to see if it got any better or worse. Because the last thing I wanted to do was drive across it, get across it, only to be trapped on the other side by something just as bad or worse. But ultimately, we made the decision, we're going to put it in 4 low. We're going to crawl it. We're going to get up as high as we can on the rubble, as safely as we can, and we're going to drive across it and get moving. And so that's what we did. I squeezed back into the vehicle, put it in 4 low, turned on my lockers, crawled up on it. It was stable. It didn't shift at all. Pulled the Boreas up on it behind us, and we kept going. Luckily, as we came down the other side, it did get better. The trail stayed open. There was no overbrush, and eventually it did start to get wider, and everything turned out fine. But I was absolutely a nervous wreck at that point. That was the most extreme situation I had been in up to that point wheeling. And again, we weren't really in any danger until we were going to cross the path, until we were going to cross the rock slide. But just being in a situation where you're not in control anymore, that really gets me. That was, again, stressful. So by the time we got down the mountain, we were pretty frustrated. We were pretty stressed. And we really just wanted to find somewhere to camp and have a drink or 2 or 5. And so we took a long shot and said, hey, let's go check out Sol Tuk, which is a really awesome campground. We thought for sure it was going to be full. And when we got there, the sign said it was absolutely full. So we decided to just drive around the lot regardless, take a look, enjoy the scenery while we kind of figure out the game plan of where to go look for a place to camp. And while we're driving around the park, someone approached us and said, hey, are you guys looking for a place to camp? And we said, yes, we are. And they're like, look, I rented 3 spots, and my third group isn't going to be here until tomorrow night. If you need a place for the night, you are welcome to this spot. And we were very appreciative. They were great people. Just immediately came up and offered us our spot. They could tell we were looking for a place. But we were very, very fortunate for them to offer us a spot. It was a beautiful spot. You can see here, in the midst of a rainforest. We set up camp and had a few drinks, kicked on the campfire, and tried to relax for the night. So all in all, this was a pretty epic adventure. We wanted to leave early enough in the morning because we wanted to do some beach exploring on our way home. And so this footage that you're seeing here is footage along the western coast. There's this wonderful, iconic picture of what is called the Tree of Life. We wanted to stop, get down on the beach, get pictures with the family underneath the Tree of Life, and then get back on the road so that we get home at a decent time and get ready for work. But we love to take these long trips over holiday weekends. We try to do that every chance we get, and this is definitely one to remember. If you are a subscriber, thank you, and we'll see you again next week.